Everyone, today is March 14th, Thursday, March 14th, and today we will cover the trades for TSLY, CONY, and MSTY as of yesterday, which was Wednesday, March 13th. But first, real quick, YieldMax, YMAG, and ULTI declared yesterday. So, in short, YMAX is paying 56 cents, YMAG is 59 cents, and ULTI is $1.06. Distribution rate for YMAX is 31%. Distribution rate for YMAG is 34%. ULTI's is not showing, but it's around, I would say, probably the 60% range for sure. So anyway, let's get to it. Let's start with TSLY today. 4 transactions on yesterday's intraday trades. They did a sell call, a BC put. So it looks like, and yes, they closed, well, they didn't even close all of their synthetic. They closed part of their synthetic, but they closed the cheaper synthetic, the 185. And then they opened a new synthetic position with a 175 strike down below, buy call, sell put, with a 5/17 expiration. So they went out 2 months this time, which is good. Again, so same amount of contracts and all that. So let's see how much it cost us. Check out the damage. So the 220 synthetic, nothing happened with that. Obviously, they're going to have to do something before Friday, but as of today, it's going to cost us $148 million to close. And as always, you're already seeing this reflected in the NAV because obviously, we're tracking Tesla and we're moving down with Tesla. Here's the 185. So if you look, they closed out 11,635 contracts. So, obviously they had to pay a pretty penny since Tesla actually, went below the 185. It was above it for a little bit, and then it sucks, it gets to closer to the expiration and we end up losing money on it. But either way, so the buy call only got us 19 cents a share, and the sell put only got us, the sell put cost us $13.63 a share. So it was about, $15,600,000. When all said and done. So that's adding to our March losses of 15.6 million. We still have another 1.3 million though that needs to be closed and moved to probably the 175. I don't know why. Maybe this is a mistake, but they left 880 contracts on the 185. Very weird. Anyway, let's look at the 175. It cost them, actually it was the put, the credit is greater than the buy call. So, they made some money on that, which is good. So they made 1.8 million starting the new position of the 175 strike. Again, I don't know what time of day it was, but Tesla had a rough day yesterday. I think it's because of Wells Fargo downgrading them, but whatever, it's always one thing after the other. We'll get our time. So yeah, that's 11,635 contracts that was opened on the 175, again with an expiration date of May 17th. And right now it would cost us money to close because again the put is more valuable than the call. All right, let's take a look at the March tab. So Tesla went down 4.54% yesterday. Obviously that sucks. TSLY went down 4.32%. Also sucks. So they closed out. They didn't close out anything on the weeklies, but in summary, the weeklies are fine because obviously Tesla's been going down. Our strikes are at 183, 187, and we're not even close to that. So that's the plus side. Cash and treasuries. Cash. Well, did they move? Yeah, they moved money from treasuries to cash. So now they're cash positive by a lot, 13.6 million. So, but they lost a lot of money yesterday. So they spent a lot of cash. So cash and treasuries overall down 15.6 million. All right, outstanding shares 44.8 million. Weekly call income 9.2 million, total distribution 21 cents, distribution daily income per day 3 cents, and daily yield 19 cents. 0.19%. I can't talk, sorry guys. Contracts, outstanding contracts for this week. Again, today is Thursday, so we have 2 trading days. We have 20,480 contracts with a 187.50 strike. This is 10.63% out of the money. Very safe at this point. 21,480 contracts with a 183.33 strike. That's 8.17% out of the money. Very safe as well. Tesla price 169. Again, yes, it sucks. 30-day IV still weak, 49%. We know what the chart looks like. TSLY is at 1551. I'm showing, within 2 days we can get gains of $1.45 if we actually can move up. But TSLY Fund Manager looks smart on the weekly calls, so that's why they're smiling. That's the reaction face. Earnings coming up next month, April 17th, and no change on curve. Still just 100 contracts with a 230 strike, 35% out of the money, which is obviously very safe at this point. Total payment. Synthetic is now a $17.8 million debit. Weekly call income is 9.2. So overall, we have a loss of 8.6 million. So, if you take total income per share, obviously we're not making money. But if we look at just short call income, we're still just looking at 21 cents. Outstanding holdings. So I just highlighted in pink. It's going to cost us about like 150 million almost to close out the remaining puts on the synthetic. But again, that's already in the price. As you can see, it's part of the market value, which adds up to the net asset value. Unfortunately, the net asset value is now under 700,000. That's 600. I'm sorry, it's under 700 million. It's at 696 million. So the NAV is at 1554, and the stock price is at 1551. So yeah, rough time for Tesla owners, rough time for TSLY holders. They're not catching many breaks. We'll just say that. I mean, we could check pre-market, but you can almost guarantee it's going to be red until they need something coming out. Yeah, it's red. So we're down 1.26% today. So I'm expecting this to continue today, again, unless something changes. But yeah, Tesla is, they're good on the weekly calls, but the synthetics are not too great. All right, if we look at COIN had 3 transactions. Let me just take a sip of water. So they did, 3 transactions. Typically, that means adding to the synthetic and then adding a new call. They closed a synthetic. They closed 440 contracts from the synthetic, and they closed a weekly call. Okay, and they closed obviously the 250 synthetic, and they closed the 295. So let's see what that looks like on the spreadsheet. People may be selling out of CONY to take profits because crypto is on such a run. So they have the 250 synthetic, right? So they closed out 440 contracts, and they made money. They made about 500,000, a little less, because COIN is priced slightly above the strike. So that's good, right? Obviously, it's not good that they're forced to close because people probably sold out. But if you're going to close, at least make money on the synthetic. Currently, this synthetic, if they closed it out today, would make 5.1 million. But this synthetic expires April 19th. Let's go to the March tab. COIN is priced at 251, so it went down 1.72% yesterday. CONY went down 1.16%. So they closed out 440 contracts from the 295, and it cost them 75 cents. So that was also a win, which is, this is unusual. We win on both sides of the spectrum here. So this was a profit when all said and done, even though they were forced to close. It's a good thing with CONY. CONY has been doing outstanding. Cash and treasuries, cash went up. It looks like they moved some money to cash. No, they actually didn't move money. They made money on cash, right? So they had, looks like they had additional 8 million. Well, they only made, that was a debit. How much did they make on the synthetic, we say? About a little less than 500,000. Where's that money coming from? Unless I screwed up. Maybe I screwed up one of these from the other day. Because this looks to be the same, maybe? I don't know. Oh, no, it went down. Never mind. Cash and treasuries overall went down 8.4 million. So the money came from... I must be going blind. Oh, no. Cash is negative. What in the hell? Yeah, I'm losing it. Cash is negative 12 million. All right, so yeah, obviously, yeah. Anyway, sorry guys. Total change, obviously, it's down 8.4 million for cash and treasuries, but outside of that, CONY's doing very well. Outstanding shares 13.7 million. Total income is a loss on the weekly shares, so we'll skip details on that. Active. We have 15,320 contracts with a 295 strike, 2 trading days, and 17% out of the money. Pretty confident saying that's pretty safe. 30-day IV is 88%. Coin price is 251.73. CONY is at 27.33 with a potential to gain about $4.70 through the week. CONY fund manager, very happy man or lady. Synthetic income 86 million. Short call loss 18 million. Overall net income 68 million, and that comes to about $4.95 per share. Again, still early though. Holdings, again, they're 295. They only have one strike, and it's doing well. So again, the fund overall, no complaints, doing very well. So 375 million in net asset value. The NAV is 27.33 and the trade price 27.33. Look at that. Let's check out pre-market. Coin is up 0.83%, which is almost nothing, but not worried about them. Let's go to the synthetic 950 for MSTY. No trades for them. Finally, good Lord. I saw TSLY had a trade, and then CONY had a trade. I'm like, please no, MSTY. And then MSTY didn't have a trade, thank God. So their synthetic position is just like insane. I mean, what are we waiting for, guys? Let's roll this sucker. If they rolled it today, they'd make $12.8 million. That's insanity. Again, this expires March 28th, so we're in the same month even at this point. So they're going to roll it. It's just a matter of when. All right, let's see what we got here. MSTR went up 10.85%. I mean, this is just nuts. MSTY went up 6.71%. Again, no new trades. Cash and treasuries, how'd they do? Cash and treasuries overall went up 1.9 million. It looks like the money market fund went up. Outstanding shares 700,000, so they're going to hit that mill soon. Weekly call income is a debit, so obviously not making money yet on the weekly calls, but it's not easy with this fund. All right, let's look at the contracts for the week. We have 105 contracts. This is most of them. 1,620 strike, 8.28% out of the money. I'm in the money, not good. Obviously, they're losing their shirt on that. 50 contracts, 1,700 strike, 3.75% in the money. And let me remind you, the other day they opened that position, right? And they went 6.69% out of the money, with 4 trading days. Like, why did they do that? I don't know. But right now, they're 3.75% in the money. So they already lost. Obviously, unless there's a massive dip, it doesn't look too great. So again, that trade never made sense to me, and it's still obviously it's gonna burn us. 2 contracts, 1,900 strike, 7.58% out of the money. So a little is out of the money, but not enough. 30-day IV is 154%. MSTR price is 1,766. Again, their charts are outstanding. MSTY again is at 39.61. Potential gains for this week, unfortunately only 4 cents because they did not go far enough out of the money. TSLY fund manager is crying because of that. MSTY fund manager. So used to saying TSLY fund manager. It's especially crying. Synthetic income is a debit currently, 2.9 million. Obviously, this is going to change. They're going to make money when they roll. Short call income, it is a debit as well, 83,000. So they lost 3.3 million at this point. Obviously, they'll make money on the synthetic soon enough. There's the 3 contracts, which is going to cost them a pretty penny to close out. But again, their synthetic will save them since they haven't even rolled it yet. 27.7 million is the net asset value. The NAV is 39.67. The trade price is 39.61. All right, pre-market. Wow. Pre-market, it's up 3.45%. So I mean, we're gonna see 2,000 soon. That's crazy. So yeah, that's MSTR. One thing I wanted to show you guys is I was looking at SPYT. So a little bonus content here. I was looking at the Defiance Fund SPYT just to see like their current holdings. So they did a trade. I believe it was yesterday or whenever. They did a, a buy call and a sell call, both expiring today, which is March 14th. And the buy call, the strike price is 5,180. This is on the SPX, and then the sell call is lower, right? It's 5,165. So obviously, I went to check like how that would work in the options chain. So I did a little screen print for you guys. So this is a Thinkorswim, what it would look like. So if you look, it's called a vertical, by the way. So if they did a, the sell call is the 5165. That's the lower one, right? So they got a credit of $17 per share. And then the buy call cost them $9.52. These aren't exact numbers. These are just as of the close. This is the last price. So the buy call could have cost them $9.52. So obviously you could see like they made $7.48 per share on that transaction. Okay, so normally, like if they're only doing the sell call, the $17 would be the full credit, but they have much more risk. The buy call allows for potential capital gains if it does go above the strike. So, again, I'm just trying to cover bits and pieces how these funds work. This one is like, again, they said they're going to pay a 20% yield, which obviously it's not 50%, but you have the potential. Again, they're selling dailies too. This is a really good fund from what I see. I don't know how it's been performing. I haven't checked, but I just think it's a really, really cool idea. So I wanted to share that with you guys. So it just shows you like they're netting premium every day. Obviously, they're paying for a call. But since it's above the strike of, the sell call, yeah, it's going to cost them a little less, and then we'll get a net credit. So anyway, that's the information on SPYT. But yeah, and oh yeah, thank you guys for reaching out in regards to Casey. My dog passed away yesterday, so, and I made a video yesterday and I mentioned it at the end of the video. Kind of like the keyword thing. And then obviously people reached out and said they're sorry. So I do appreciate that. In honor of Casey, I'm going to add her to the thumbnail for quite some time because she deserves it. So, yeah, so that's my dog. I had her 15 years, basically for the whole, she died at 15. I had her basically the whole 15 years. So, she had a good life though, so no worries. Anyway, as always, guys, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you were entertained. But yeah, today I have work. Well, I'm working a half day, and then I have an interview with Sylvia from Defiance, and then I'll try to post that today or tomorrow. I don't know. I'll see. But yeah, it should be fun. I'm going down the road of interviews. We'll see how it goes. The problem is like the schedules, and I work full time. I have a family at night. So there's never really a good time for me to actually have a peaceful conversation. That's the unfortunate part, but we'll see how today goes. I'll have some peace and quiet for the interview. So I think it'll go well, but either way, If you enjoy this content, please hit that like button. As always, it helps the channel. And yeah, that's all I got for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.